I do have 2 kids. I have a SGO, which is a special guardianship order. It basically just gives me rights that can kind of override their biological parent, which is their father, my mum's husband. I don't like calling him any type of step nothing, because he hasn't done anything in relation of being any good step parent, idol, father figure, nothing, like terrible. And it happened when my mum passed, so naturally me and my brother went for guardianship from them, because their dad is just he's just not it. It's just a shame, like the things that I've seen, the things that he's done, the arguments and nearly fights that we've had with him is just, they could never be around him. Like, he's not capable of looking after them, like he's actually not. So we went for guardianship, joint custody of them. But I'm the only one doing the custody as of now. My friends, my brother's 25, like he's living his life. So yeah, it's just me. And it has definitely been something. Like, oh my god, like caring and then taking responsibility for kids are like 2 different scale of differences. Like, I never ever anticipated that it could be so drastically different and so much harder. I never had to be responsible for them. I still very much had my life and had my plans, and it just rocked my entire world. Like, my mum passing, so much happened, I literally did not have time to grieve. And even down to, obviously we have social workers, or one, and then we had like another one that assessed me and my brother for the SGO. But the main social worker we have, she is amazing. Like, I don't know what I would do without her. Like, she's amazing, and I really hope and pray God blesses her abundantly with all her wishes and anything that she aspires for in life, because she has single-handedly been the best support system we've had in this process, besides personal. But you know, she's been amazing, honestly. And even when they were contacting him, he was just so obsessed with Will. And I was like, why would he be talking to the social worker about a will? What is there? There's this. All these imaginary things he was saying, all these assets he supposedly thought my mum had, he was throwing at social worker. And it's like, Olivia's birthday's passed. Javon's birthday's passed. Javon's got into GCSEs. Javon done his GCSEs, sorry. Got into college. Olivia is now a different year in school. Like, all this type of progression has now happened. Life has happened. And he's not even once phoned to extend that grace. How are my kids? How are they? Nothing. Like, nothing. And I was like, Jesus is Lord. Just when you think that you could not be surprised anymore, it's like the gift that just keeps on giving. I never thought too much of him. I never liked him, ever. I just tolerated him, because I have to realise, you know, Mum was a grown woman. This is her relationship. I may not like him and I don't trust him, but this is my mum. So I always stayed. I just never had a good feeling about him. Like, and I always felt like I needed to be close to my mum to kind of protect her, because I knew that a lot of things that would transpire, it would never go beyond a certain point because I was present. But now when I wasn't present, that's when I hear about Rakatas. This happened. Like, huh? Really? When I'm there, There'll be a little bit of shouting. I can deal with your little back and forth. That's none of my business. But anytime anything got physical, God forbid, that would never happen when I'm in my presence or when I'm in the house. Never, 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 never. So I've always just tolerated him. If he's mad outside, he'll bring that anger inside. God forbid anyone who's in his way if something bad happened to him outside. That type of mentality, I hated it. And I felt like he always brought that inside. And then the first person he would see, regardless if it be my younger brother, my younger sister, my mum, he would just be pouring that anger, spraying it wherever. Such a toxic man. He was not a father, he was a bully. And there's so much that he did that I had to face the repercussions of taking responsibility for the kids. Because mentally, he really, really was a piece of work. And a lot of people don't acknowledge that aspect of things. So we're in therapy and it's going really well. I really, really enjoy it. And it's nice because the kids really open up. They're not really used to speaking. But how it's been so beautiful how they've blossomed even in this tragic time in our lives of losing, because my mum was like the glue of everything. Like, she was the glue of this household. She was everything, you know, and she literally was my best friend. And I feel like we all had that relationship with her. We were all close. We were like the loves of her lives. So forget about friends, whatever happened, as long as we were all together, she would be fine. And I couldn't, I'm sorry, looking at her pictures over there, I couldn't have hoped for better in the way that she raised us, because it's made my life so much more easier taking responsibility for my younger siblings, because they could be so much worse. They could have been wayward and mad at the world and violent and rude, aggressive, unruly, and they're actually not. They're actually not. What I find difficult is the responsibility that it takes to raise and look after kids. I never had that before. I never had to do school meetings and literally if I don't cook or it's everything's on me. And then on top the bills, council tax, TV license, water, rent. Olivia needs this, Olivia needs that, Javon needs this, gas, electric, food, Jesus is Lord. Like, everything's all on me, and I've never been in that position before, like never. But it's cool, like I'm accustomed to it now. Before I wasn't, and I did struggle a tiny bit. Like, I had like a mini period where I felt like I had a little bit of a breakdown. That's how I became a father of two. Literally overnight. Literally. But I won't take it back for the word, and I know this is what my mum wanted. And all the years that I took care of my brother and sister, it's almost like my friend put it in a really good way. And she was like, you know, Junior, I feel like this is actually meant to be, this was your portion. Like, this is how it was meant to be. Like, once you start accepting that this is the way your life is, that's when you're going to start to see the blessings that were made for you. Because you've always taken care of your brothers and sisters, and your mum would have not wanted it any other way. And I'm like, I suppose it's true. So I had to kind of grieve and let go of all the things that I thought I wanted to do. I thought I was going to do. My mum thought she was going to go back to work in the summer. I thought, yeah, that's when me. I thought, yep, she would go back to work. She will be healed. Like, this cancer thing will be another chapter in our lives that we've overcame. Me, I'll get married, move in with my man, and life will be grand. I had to grieve all of what I thought was gonna be, and to once I released all of that and I actually embraced what was now and what was present and what my new reality was, everything just started to feel right. And I got a newfound sense of contentment, which I never really felt before. I never was content. But it's so weird because the most heartbreaking thing that could have ever happened to me has happened. I always thought I'd die before my mum. But now I have like a content. I just feel content. And I think it's because I know that she's not in pain anymore. I know that she's away from him. And I know that the kids are safe and they're happy, and I see the way they're blossoming. I know she'll be so proud. So I think that's where it comes from, and I'm just happy in my being. That's why I'm not so... I don't care too much about what I look like and what I'm doing or how I'm dressed, put on weight. Content as long as the kids are fine. Man's good. Hi, Javon.
Hey, Joe.
How was college?